bowl of lemons on the veranda rail, yellow as a little private sunlit tale. The morning leaned upon the wicker chair, and all the early brightness filled the air. You set them there beside the folded news, a careless arrangement only you could choose. And suddenly the whole pale day grew glad, as if the house remembered joy it had. Yellow by the chair, blue above the vine, all the waking morning tasting faintly of sunshine. Lemons on the veranda, love, with strings and pale blue sky above, where the yellow caught the day and held it light. The whole world seemed to turn a little bright. Lemons on the veranda, dear, still glow their cheerful gold when you are near. Yellow in the morning light, fresh and true, and all my heart beginning new with you. The breeze came through the linen by the door and scattered little shadows on the floor. You laughed to see one lemon gently roll. A sun escaped from its small woven bowl. I caught it and you clapped your hands once low, as if such tiny things were all we had to know. And maybe they were, for the whole warm day was gathered in that simple, laughing way. Light upon the wood, citrus in the air, all the little morning, glad that you were there. Lemons on the veranda, love, with strings and pale blue sky above, where the yellow caught the day and held it light. The whole world seemed to turn a little bright. Lemons on the veranda, dear, still glow their cheerful gold when you are near. Yellow in the morning light, fresh and true, and all my heart beginning new with you. There are solemn ways of greeting day, with careful words and measured thoughts to say, but yours is better. Set the lemons down, open the shutters, lift the sleeping town, and let delight alive in common things, in bowls and chairs and what the morning brings. For joy is often citrus, cloth and sky, a laughing hand, and no good reason why. Lemons on the veranda, love, still shine in all I dream of. And every yellow morning, fresh and wide, returns your easy brightness to my side. Lemons on the veranda, dear, still glow their cheerful gold when you are near. Yellow in the morning light, fresh and true, and all my heart beginning new with you. The day, you beside the morning, and light the only way. The blue teacup was resting on your knee, as still and peaceful as a painted sea. We sat together watching through the glass and let the rainy afternoon slowly pass. The drops made silver rings upon the pond, of which the dreaming garden seemed so fond. And every ring expanded wide and thin to let the quiet rhythm settle in. Blue upon your knee, silver in the rain, all the sleepy house resting once again. The blue teacup in the afternoon, my love, with strings and falling water from above, where the silver rings went widening in the gray. The finest thing to do was simply stay. The blue teacup in the afternoon, my dear, still holds its quiet weather when you're near, watching the rain make rings soft and true, and all my heart at peace beside of you. You breathed the jasmine steam and closed your eyes, a willing captive to the grayest skies, because the gray meant there was nowhere else that either of us needed to address. The flugelhorn moved softly through the room, a golden thread inside the silver gloom, and I leaned back against the woven chair, content to simply know that you were there. Jasmine in the air, water on the leaf, all the rainy garden gentler than belief. The blue teacup in the afternoon, my love, with strings and falling water from above, where the silver rings went widening in the gray. The finest thing to do was simply stay. The blue teacup in the afternoon, my dear, still holds its quiet weather when you're near, watching the rain make rings soft and true, and all my heart at peace beside of you. There is a grace in doing nothing much, in letting time dissolve upon the touch, and drinking tea and watching waterfall, and letting that be substitute for all. For in that stillness everything is heard, the breath, the rain, the unrequired word, and love becomes a room we sit inside, while all the rushing world is kept outside. The blue teacup in the afternoon, my love, still rests in all the dreams I'm thinking of, and every rainy window, wide and gray, returns that quiet jasmine-scented wave. Blue teacup in the afternoon, the rain make rings soft and true, and all my heart at peace beside of you. Blue upon your knee, silver on the pond, you beside the window, and all the world beyond. Apricot jam on the table in the glass, holding captive all the sweetness of the past. Summer orchard, golden noon and patient heat, now opening itself to bread and morning tea. You reached across the cloth with easy grace, sunlight touching one side of your face, and all the breakfast room, so plain before, was turned to something richer than its floor. Gold inside the jar, tea beside the plate, all the little morning bright and delicate. Apricot jam on the table, love, with strings and pale day shining from above, where the sweetness spread like sun on bread and lace. The whole room warmed around your gentle grace. Apricot jam on the table, dear, still glows its golden morning when you are near. Morning in the glass jar, bright and slow, and all my heart made honey by the glow. You held the spoon above the waiting slice and laughed because I asked for too much twice. The toast gave up its little crackling sigh, the kettle sang a note and settled by. Outside, the pear tree moved against the pane inside. The golden jar made June again, and all at once I knew a lavish art could live in breakfast and the waking heart. Gold upon the knife, warmth upon the tea, all the homely splendor laid out tenderly. Apricot jam on the table, love, with strings and pale day shining from above, where the sweetness spread like sun on bread and lace. The whole room warmed around your gentle grace. Apricot jam on the table, dear, still glows its golden morning when you are near. Morning in the glass jar, bright and slow, and all my heart made honey by the glow. There are grand feasts told in older books, with silver towers and ceremonial looks, but give me toast and tea and apricot and one beloved. beloved face beside the pot. For joy need not be draped in velvet white. It may arrive at breakfast, sit beside the sugar bowl, and quietly impart a kingdom to the common waking heart. Apricot jam on the table, love still shines in all I dream of, and every golden breakfast touched by day returns that bright domestic joy my way. Apricot jam on the table, dear, still glows its golden morning when you are near. Morning in the glass jar, bright and slow, and all my heart made honey by the glow. Gold within the glass, tea upon the tray, you across the table, and morning here to stay. The first snowdrops pushed upward through the cold, small and white and wonderfully bold. They wore their green bells under winter's eaves, rising quietly among the old brown leaves. You found them near the root of the great oak, before the frozen morning fully broke, and touched them with a finger bare and light, to welcome back the breaking of the white. Green beneath the snow, white against the brown, all the sleeping earth softly waking down. The first snowdrops of the year, my love, with strings and pale gray morning from above, where the small bells hung and the cold gave way, the world began to trust the coming day. The first snowdrops of the year, my dear, still bloom their quiet courage when you're near. The smallest kind of brave, soft and true, and all my hope returning green with you. The sky was iron, waiting for the rain. The garden hadn't recognized its name, but you saw spring before the spring arrived, and knew exactly how it had survived. The cello sang the deepness of the root, the flugelhorn was tender, absolute. Knowing you could see the hidden grace, I saw the whole world better in your face. Bell upon the stem, frost upon the ground, all the patient waiting, slowly turning round. The first snowdrops of the year, my love, with strings and pale gray morning from above, where the small bells hung and the cold gave way, the world began to trust the coming day. The first snowdrops soft and true, and all my hope returning green with you. It does not take a trumpet to announce the turning of the season's heavy ounce. It only takes a little bell of white and someone who is looking in the light. And you have always been the one to look, to read the frozen garden like a book, and show me where the story turns to spring, and how the quietest flower learns to sing. The first snowdrops of the year, my love, still bloom in all the dreams I'm thinking of, and every frozen morning, pale and deep, returns the quiet vigil that you keep. The first snowdrops of the year, my dear, still bloom their quiet courage when you're near. The smallest kind of brave, soft and true, and all my hope returning green with you. White against the cold, green among the leaves, you beside the snowdrops, and all the heart believes. Beyond the trees, the carousel went round, its painted horses rising without sound. From where we stood beneath the chestnut shade, half hidden in the little fair they made, the music wandered lightly through the leaves, a bright refrain the warm day still receives. And you turned smiling toward the distant tune, as though the afternoon had come too soon. Music in the air, color through the green, all the summer turning brightly through the scene. The carousel beyond the trees, my love, with strings and drifting sunlight from above, where the painted horses rose and gently flew. The whole fair seemed to lean its joy to you. The carousel beyond the trees, my dear, still turns its bright enchantment when you are near. Music in the warm air, light and free, and all my heart gone circling happily. You bought a paper cone of sugared nuts and brushed a little sweetness from my cups. The children ran with ribbons in their hands, the brass band warming up in half-lit stands. You said that fairs were proof enough for grace, the way delight can briefly take a place and turn a patch of grass, a lane, a square, into a world made only to be fair. Sugar on the breeze, laughter on the ground, all the bright occasion turning round and round. The carousel beyond the trees, my love, with strings and drifting sunlight from above, where the painted horses rose and gently flew. The whole fair seemed to lean its joy to you. The carousel beyond the trees, my dear, still turns its bright enchantment when you are near. Music in the warm air, light and free, its painted brightness moving kind by kind. Because you stood there, smiling in its song, and made a passing hour last lifelong. The carousel beyond the trees, my love, still turns in all I dream of, and every drifting fair tune in the green returns the bright revolving summer scene. The carousel beyond the trees, my dear, still turns its bright enchantment when you are near. Music in the warm air, light and free, and all my heart gone circling happily. Painted horse and ribbon, music through the trees, you beside the summer, and joy upon the breeze. Rain on the conservatory glass made the afternoon more slowly pass. Each drop a little silver on the pane, each fern made deeper by the tender rain. You stood among the green and filtered light, your face half shadowed, half made bright, and all the leaves with their attentive art seemed keeping time around my heart. Green light, rain light, softly on your face, all the room made hushed enough to hold that grace. Rain on the conservatory glass, my love, and green light falling from above. The ferns leaned close, the dim day grew more deep, more bright because of you. Rain on the conservatory glass, my dear, still sounds whenever you are near. And every leaf in that wet afternoon turned love into a quiet tune. The wicker chair, the little painted stand, the teacup cooling near your patient hand, the orchids bowed with pale and careful fire, each bloom a hush of its own desire. You looked up once, and in that lifted gaze the whole room entered one of those clear ways where common hours grow strangely rare, and even sorrow would have softened there. Rain beyond the pane, fern shade at your sleeve, all the little world within, too gentle to leave. Rain on the conservatory glass, my love, and green light falling from above. The ferns leaned close, the dim day grew more deep, more bright because of you. Rain on the conservatory glass, my dear, still sounds whenever you are near. And every leaf in that wet afternoon turned love into a quiet tune. I did not know that rain could bless a day already mild, nor that a room of leaves and glass could keep the spirit reconciled. But then I saw you standing there, green light around your hair, and learned how beauty enters best, not loudly, but aware. Rain on the conservatory glass, my love still falls in all I'm thinking of. And every fern and silver pane returns that tender hour again. Rain on the conservatory glass, my dear, still leaves its green hush with me here. And every dim, wet afternoon remembers that quiet tune. Rain on the glass, green on the wall, green on the wall. You in the stillness, that was all. Rosewater at twilight on the table shone, a glass decanter keeping evening's tone. Its pale blush caught the last remaining day and held it like a prayer that wished to stay. You reached to pour, and in your lifted hand there was a grace no room could understand. The napery, the silver, and the glass all seemed more tender for your shadows pass. Rose in the fading light, blush upon the pane. All the quiet table, breathing once again. Rosewater at twilight, my love, pale glow in the dim sky above. And all the glass decanter gleam turned the room into a tender dream. Rosewater at twilight, my dear, still shines whenever you are near. Your hand in the fading light, soft and slow, and all my heart in that rose glow. A spoon lay bright beside the folded cloth. The first star watched above the cedar loft. The window kept one violet thread of west. A final ribbon laid upon the rest. You smiled without a word and lowered your eyes, and all the evening deepened into sighs. Too sweet to grieve and far too mild to name, like dusk itself grown thoughtful in your flame. Blush across the room, violet in the air. Every little object gentled by your care. Rosewater at twilight, my love, pale glow in the dim sky above. And all the glass decanter gleam turned the room into a tender dream. Rosewater at twilight, my dear, still shines whenever you are near. Your hand in the fading light, soft and slow, and all my heart in that rose glow. I once believed that beauty belonged to rarer things, cathedrals, painted ceilings, and halls where marble sings. Now I know a table set at dusk, a hand, a glass, a sigh, may hold enough of heaven to satisfy the sky. Rosewater at twilight, my love still blushes in all I dream of, and every pale decanter shine returns that evening back to mine. Rosewater at twilight, my dear, still glows whenever you are near. Your hand in the fading light, soft and slow, and all my heart in that rose glow. Rose in the twilight, glass in the gleam, your hand in the fading, and love like a dream. We spread the white cloth on the hillside grass, where all the afternoon was bright as glass. The basket held its good and simple things, the bread, the cheese, the fruit, the small offerings that turn a field into a banquet hall, that need no ceiling and no wall at all, no candlelight, but only what the sun provides, which is more than enough for one. White upon the green, blue above the hill, all the happy picnic asking us be still. The picnic on the hillside, love, with strings and open summer sky above, where the cloth spread white and the bread was torn. The finest feast of all was simply born. The picnic on the hillside, dear, still spreads its warmth and simple joy with you near. Everything we needed in one place, and all my heart at ease within your grace. You poured the elderflower in the glass and watched a bee go lazily to pass. Above the rim, you smiled and let it be, the way you let all living creatures free. The view was wide, the valley and the spire, a river that seemed lit by its own fire. And all of it was fine, but none so fine as the small hilltop kingdom, yours and mine. Elderflower in the glass, valley in the view, all the hillside banquet laid out just for two. The picnic on the hillside, love, with strings and open summer sky above, where the cloth spread white and the bread was torn. The finest feast of all was simply born. The picnic on the hillside, dear, still spreads its warmth and simple joy with you near. Everything we needed in one place, and all my heart at ease within your grace. Some search for joy across a sea of miles, through distant doors and down elaborate aisles. But I have found the thing they're looking for, on a hillside with a cloth and nothing more. For joy is not a prize behind a gate, nor something fast that only comes too late. It comes on Tuesdays with a piece of bread, and the one you love beside you, warm and fed. The picnic on the hillside, love still glows in strings, and all I'm dreaming of. And every open field and summer day returns that white-cloved hilltop back my way. The picnic on the hillside, dear, still keeps its warmth and laughter with you near. Everything we needed, nothing more, and all my heart content down to the core. White cloth on the hill, bread upon the air, you beside the basket, and the sky everywhere. The linden tree was flower to the crown, and all its sweetness slowly drifting down. The evening air had gathered up the scent, as though the whole long day had meant to end in this, a pale and fragrant hush. The sky gone pearl, the world gone soft to touch, and you beneath the linden, still and bright, receiving all that blossomed from the light. Sweet upon the air, pale upon the bough, all the linden evening settling into now. The linden tree in flower, love, with all its sweetness in the air above, where the blossom fell and the evening leaned, the whole world turned to something soft and green. The linden tree in flower, dear, still sweetens every summer with you near. Pale petals on the path, gold in the air, and all my heart awake to find you there. You lifted up your face voice among the bloom, as one receives the blessing of a room where grace has gathered quietly without art, and asks for nothing but an open heart. A petal rested lightly on your hair, too small a thing for noticing to bear, and yet I noticed, and I kept the sight among the finest things I know of light. Blossom in your hair, fragrance at your sleeve, all the soft white evening teaching me to breathe. The linden tree in flower, love, with all its sweetness in the air above, where the blossom fell and the evening leaned, the whole world turned to something soft and green. The linden tree in flower, dear, still sweetens every summer with you near. Pale petals on the path, gold in the air, and all my heart awake to find you there. There are perfumes meant for crowded halls, for silken rooms and celebrated balls, but this was meant for two alone at dusk, for open air and linden and the musk of something living, giving and complete. A tree, a sky, a path beneath our feet, and love made fragrant not by any art, but by the flowering of the willing heart. The linden tree in flower, love, still drifts in all I dream of, and every summer evening, sweet and long, returns me to that fragrant soft-lit song. The linden tree in flower, dear, still sweetens every memory with you near. Pale petals on the path, gold in the air, and all my heart awake to find you there. Sweetness on the evening, pale bloom in the air. The linden tree in flower, and you standing there. Fishing nets were drying in the dusk, hung silver in the air with salt and musk. The harbor held the last light in its palm, a cupped and golden hush of evening calm. You walked where all the boats were coming home, their lanterns lit against the violet foam, and all the wheeling birds above the bay seemed glad to mark the ending of your day. Silver in the net, gold upon the tide, all the harbor evening leaning to one side. The harbor light at dusk, my love, and all the pale rose sky above, where the nets hung silver and the boats came slow. My wandering heart found found somewhere it could go. The harbor light at dusk, my dear, still glows whenever you are near. Silver caught and given back to sea, and all my love returning home to thee. The ropes were coiled on stones of mossy gray. The gulls moved low across the close of day, and one old fisherman, without a word, drew in his net as though he always heard the harbor say, "Come, let the water rest. Come, lay your labor on the evening's breast." And I, who watched beside you in that light, felt all my restless labor growing right. Rope upon the stone, lamp upon the mast, all the gentle harbor holding something fast. The harbor light at dusk, my love, and all the pale rose sky above, where the nets hung silver and the boats came slow. My wandering heart found somewhere it could go. The harbor light at dusk, my dear, still glows whenever you are near. Silver caught and given back to sea, and all my love returning home to thee. A harbor is a promise kept by land, for everything the open sea has planned. It says, you may go far, you may go wide, but here a shelter waits upon the tide. And you have been my harbor all these years, the steadiness that calms my deeper fears. And every time I drift and then return, I find you lit and waiting at the stern. The harbor light at dusk, my love, still shines in all I dream of, and every silver net and evening bay returns me to the grace of your display. The harbor light at dusk, my dear, still keeps its faithful promise here. Silver caught and given back to sea, and all my love returning home to thee. Silver in the evening, gold upon the tide, the harbor keeping watch, and love inside. The candles in the orangery were lit, and every pane of glass grew warm with it. The lemon trees stood quiet in their tubs, keeping the evening's fragrance in their leaves. You move between the shadows and the gold, in one light shawl against the tender cold, and all the room of glass and leaf and flame seemed seemed fuller at the breathing of your name. Gold within the glass, citrus on the air, all the evening glowing, glad that you were there. Candles in the orangery, love, with strings and amber evening from above, where the glass held gold and the leaves breathed sweet. The whole bright dusk was laid before our feet. Candles in the orangery, dear, still warm the inward evening when you're near. Citrus glow at evening, soft and true, and all my heart made lamplight through and through. A little spoon rang lightly in the cup, the flugelhorn behind the strings rose up. You smiled to see the shadows shift and climb along the painted tiles and trailing time. Outside the garden faded into blue, inside the gold drew everything toward you. And in that balance, dusk and candle flame, the hour became more beautiful than name. Light upon the cup, blue beyond the pane, all the tender evening softened into flame. Candles in the orangery, love, with strings and amber evening from above, where the glass held gold and the leaves breathed sweet. The whole bright dusk was laid before our feet. Candles in the orangery, dear, still warm the inward evening when you're near. Citrus glow at evening, soft and true, and all my heart made lamplight through and through. There are rooms that close themselves from night and rooms that meet the dark with light. This was the second kind, and so are you. A warmth that lets the blue stay blue, not shutting out the evening altogether, but teaching it a softer, kinder weather. So now each candle lit behind a pane returns that glass and golden hour again. Candles in the orangery, love, still glow in all I dream of, and every room of glass at close of day returns that amber sweetness to my way. Candles in the orangery, dear, still warm the inward evening when you're near. Citrus glow at evening, soft and true, and all my heart made lamplight through and through. door was painted yellow at the end of the lane that chose to quietly bend away from everything the town held gray. And there it stood, announcing its own day. You chose that yellow on a Tuesday noon, with paint and brush and an entire room of laughter. And when it dried against the stone, the whole lane seemed to find a lighter tone. Yellow at the end, gold against the gray, all the lane grown brighter for the choice you made that day. The door painted yellow, love, with strings and warm and open skies above, where the brightness lived at the end of the lane. My heart went lighter and never went the same. The door painted yellow, dear, still opens all its sunshine when you're near. Yellow in the lane and the light that stays, and all my world improved by your bright ways. The neighbors came and stood a moment there, and one by one gave in to something rare. A smile that came from somewhere deep and true, the kind that yellow doors can give to you. And Mrs. Elm across the way, it said, came out next week with paint of her own red. And so your small rebellion of the bright went lane by lane and turned the street to light. Yellow into red, brightness lane by lane, all the neighborhood waking up again. The door painted yellow, love, with strings and warm and open skies above, where the brightness lived at the end of the lane. My heart went lighter and never went the same. The door painted yellow, dear, still opens all its sunshine when you're near. Yellow in the lane and the light that stays, and all my world improved by your bright ways. This is who you are in all the ways that matter through the ordinary days. The one who sees a gray and weary thing and reaches for the paint pot of the spring, not to impose but only to suggest that color is the world at its best. That every door is asking to be known, and none of us should weather quite alone. The door painted yellow, love, still glows in strings, and all I'm dreaming of. And every bright lane at the close of gray returns your yellow door and Tuesday's way.